Hey, welcome back guys. Matt here from myrawintuition.com. I hope you're all doing well out there. In this video, we're going to talk about the 4 principles of detoxification, which I cover in my brand new book, the 21-Day Raw Transformation Program. Right now, you can get that book in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, which is going on April 1st through April 11th, which you'll get my brand new book along with so many other raw vegan educators and chefs who put their brand new books into this bundle for $50. So if you are interested in a lot of education and a lot of great recipes, definitely check the link in the description box down below. So in this video, we're going to talk about the principles of detox, which I have been into detox for, 10 or 11 years now, really 11 years. And it has been something that I really base the foundation of everything that I do on. Eating and nutrition are one thing, and they are essential, right? But elimination and detoxification are just as important, if not more important, because what we don't eliminate, we accumulate. And so if you accumulate a lot of toxic waste and environmental pollution, you're not going to be in a good place. And so every one of us needs to consume nutrition, and we have to be able to eliminate the waste products efficiently. Or even if we're eating the best diet and getting all the nutrients we need, if we can't eliminate the waste, we're going to be in trouble. And so that is why I base really my entire lifestyle around supporting my body's detoxification processes and allowing them to do their job as efficiently as possible. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. I'm going to go into the 4 principles of detox that I have come up with that I think everybody can implement. It really just takes some common, practical, things that we can do in order to support the body's efficient elimination of waste. All right, the first principle of detoxification is alkalization. Now, this is a key component to allowing the body to efficiently detoxify itself, because alkalization, which refers to the pH of the body and especially the fluids. So the pH goes from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral. The closer you get to 0 is more acidic, and the closer you get to 14 is going to be more alkaline. So the body automatically keeps the blood at about 7.4 pH, so it's just slightly alkaline. And so the body, we don't have to think about that. The body takes care of that on its own without us, doing anything. The thing is, though, the way that we treat the body and the environment that we put the body in is what makes it easy or difficult for the body to maintain that appropriate pH in the blood as well as throughout the rest of the body. So the key is to give the body the right conditions that it needs to easily maintain that proper pH. And so how we do that is to have an alkalizing diet and lifestyle. And this, of course, means eating a diet that is composed primarily of fruits and vegetables. You want to get in those alkalizing minerals, the calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, and eliminate a lot of those acid-forming foods, the processed foods, the animal products, dairy, eggs, all these things, these high-protein and high-fat foods that really clog up the fluids of the body. So in the book, I talk about the fluids of the body, the blood and the lymph. They're like the rivers that run through the body. And if you were to think about coming up to a river or a creek going through a pristine forest, and that water is crystal clear. It is, you can see to the bottom of it, and you could drink from it if you wanted to. Now think about coming up to a river or a stream that had, several large trees that had fallen into it, and it has restricted the flow of the water. You're going to see a lot of stagnation, and you're going to see algae and other insects and smells coming from that water. It's going to be all murky and gross looking. And that is basically what we do to the blood and the lymph rivers flowing through our body, is when we eat a high fat and a high protein diet that is very acidic, it's basically like dropping trees into the bloodstream and the lymph and causing stagnation and restricted flow of the fluids, and that leads to less nutrients and oxygen getting to our cells and tissues, and it prevents the waste products from being efficiently carried away. So making sure that we alkalize the system and we allow for smooth flowing blood and lymph throughout the body is essential for proper nutrition and elimination. All right, the second principle of detoxification is elimination and optimizing our eliminative pathways. So now that we've alkalized the system and the fluids of the body and put them in a condition where they're going to easily be able to collect the waste products and move them to the eliminative pathways of the body, now we have to make sure that we are supporting our eliminative pathways and optimizing their function. So there are 5 eliminative pathways of the body. There's the lungs, the kidneys, the colon, the skin, and the nasal mucosa. So those are the ways that we eliminate the waste from the body. And so it is critical that we are optimizing the function of these organs and pathways. And to do that, I want to share with you guys my daybreak detox support routine, which is something that I try and do every single morning to help set my body up with the right conditions to be able to optimally detox throughout the day. All right, so to start off this routine, it actually starts the night before. So it's always important to get a good night's rest and to get adequate sleep. All right, so if you can go to bed, at least by 10 o'clock, that's optimal to sync your body with your circadian rhythm. It balances your hormones and optimizes your elimination cycle and just sets the body up for a great next day. All right, so then once you're up, the first thing you want to do when you wake up is what I call clean the pipes. All right, so we are essentially made up of just a bunch of tubes going through us. And so it is so important that we eliminate and clean out the pipes as best we can first thing in the morning. So we're gonna eliminate through a bowel movement. We're gonna clean out those pipes. We're gonna also clean out the urinary tract by urinating. And then lastly, we gently want to blow our nose so that we can get out any congestion and mucus that we have built up over the night. And so getting all of that out really just allows for a clean flow of energy running through us. And we really just set the body up to be able to move everything along that's been going through the body over the night and continue to eliminate in an efficient manner. All right, so now that we've done our business, we want to open up our pores. So that is the next step in this process. So we want to skin brush so that we can get off all of the dead skin cells that have been eliminating over the night, and we can allow for just our skin to breathe. And in the process, we also stimulate some lymphatic movement. And so that's going to help also with, collecting toxins and moving them to the eliminative pathways to be eliminated. So just getting in just a quick, 5-minute skin brush throughout your whole body is a really great way to just wake yourself up. It's nice and invigorating, feels great, and it's just one of my favorite things to do in the morning. So that is my next thing to do, is to open up the pores and allow for those channels of elimination to be, cleared out as much as possible. And then next, now that we've got our pipes cleaned out, we've got our pores opened up, now I like to do a little stretching and get some, flexibility going and just loosen up the joints and the body as a whole. So I like to do about 5 to 10 minutes of stretching. You can kind of tailor that to your own schedule, whatever works for you. But it's great to just loosen up and, kind of get any kinks out of yourself, just first thing in the morning to really just get the body, prepared to go do whatever you're going to do for that day. All right, so once you have stretched and loosened up a little bit, then I like to flush the system with about 32 ounces of clean water. Now, I prefer to use distilled water. I'm a big proponent of distilling, and so if you are interested in getting a distiller, you can check out the link in the description box below for the distillers that I am an affiliate for. You can get 5% off whatever distiller you are interested in from Pure and Secure. Great distillers that I highly recommend, so definitely check that out if you are in the market for a distiller. So whichever water you're going to choose, I just highly recommend to make sure that it is as clean as possible. because we don't want to be adding in additional toxic components into the body as we're trying to support the body in detoxifying itself. So get some clean water, flush the system, do, up to 32 ounces of fresh water. And then once you've done that, you can then get into, a comfortable position and do a few minutes of some breath work, right? So I like to connect with the breath. You can either do just some slow nasal breathing, you can do some humming, and this is really like a meditative practice for me. It's just really calming, and it just clears the mind, and it really just gets you connected with the body. So I like to do just some nasal breathing in and out through the nose, and I really like to incorporate humming into the practice. So in through the nose, and then as you're exhaling, you just hum until you run out of breath, and then you just do that repeatedly. I really recommend the book, The Oxygen Advantage by Patrick McKeown. This is a really great book for just learning about the power of breath work and also nasal breathing. So we just want to make sure we are not getting into the habit of breathing through our mouth, because it's not optimal for our body to be breathing through the mouth. We want to condition the air as it's coming through the nose, as it's going through the different pathways through the nasal cavity, and it gets conditioned and moistened that way, and we actually create more nitric oxide as we are breathing in through the nose. And so that is actually like an antibiotic to pathogens that are coming through in what we're breathing in. But it's not antibiotic in the case where it would harm good tissue and good, things. It only takes care of neutralizing pathogens that might be coming in through what we're breathing in. So breathing in through the nose is really important. And again, I really recommend Patrick's book. It's a great book. Gives you a lot of great exercises that you can do for breathing exercises. And yeah, I recommend just at least do a couple minutes in the morning to connect with the breath and connect with your body, clear out the mind. It's just a great, almost meditative practice that you can do. All right, and then to finish off this routine, I like to sweat it out, is what I say. I just like to get in a little bit of exercise that's gonna get my heart rate up, get everything flowing through the body, and get me sweating just a little bit. Just get in a little bit of exercise that gets your lymphatic and your cardiovascular system engaged and just flowing and getting your body just ready for the day. And I support my body's eliminative pathways in the process. So I hope that is something that you guys can implement into your life. It is definitely something that you can tailor to your own specific situation and just personalize it in a way that works the best for you. All right, now the third principle of detoxification is lymphatic support. So this really ties in closely with the last principle. Because we are now just wanting to make sure that we are practicing lifestyle and dietary habits that support the optimal functioning of our lymphatic system. So things like a low-fat plant-based diet is a great way to get your lymphatic system nice and clean flowing, and it's not going to be all gunked up from all the high protein and high fat that the standard American diet is full of. So eating a plant-based diet that is low in fat and hydrating, which is another key component to keeping our fluids running smoothly, is to make sure that we are keeping the body hydrated. So if you're eating a raw vegan diet, then you're definitely getting additional hydration from the foods that you're eating, but also just make sure if you need additional hydration from water to be getting it from a clean source like I mentioned. All right, so other things you can do are things like rebounding, just walking, really just making sure that you're moving your body throughout the day. You don't want to be sitting for too long of periods at any time, because that's just really not good for the lymphatic system. It's not good for the kidneys. It's really not good for anything. And so we just want to be moving and doing our best to stay active as much as we can. And then you can also do things like get massages or, skin brush like we talked about. things like that to just stimulate the lymphatic movement and just help it get to the eliminative pathways so that it can protect the body and eliminate toxins as efficiently as possible. And the fourth principle of detoxification is environmental awareness. All right, so we just want to make sure in the world we're living in right now, it is so toxic. So we just want to make sure that we are doing our best to avoid synthetic toxins, synthetic chemicals that are all around us, right? In our food, in our water, in the soil, in the air. We are just inundated with all these toxic chemicals that surround us that wreak havoc on our endocrine system and our eliminative systems. And so knowing where these toxins are located is really important. So whether it's in our carpets or our furniture or our clothing or, the health and beauty products that people use, deodorants and makeup and hairspray and, all these different things that can add to the toxic load that our body has to be able to eliminate. And so again, remember, we are always wanting to be able to help the body to just go through its natural processes as efficiently and easily as possible. And to do that, we have to make sure that we are not adding to that toxic load unnecessarily, right? So there's always going to be toxins created just through everyday metabolic processes and just everyday life, right? So we can't eliminate toxins and waste from being generated, but we can minimize the amount of external toxins that we come in contact with in our environment and the products that we use every single day. So I just recommend that you do your research about what toxins are in the water you're drinking or in the clothing that you're wearing or any of the products that you use every single day, and start moving towards more natural and organic and cleaner products and items that you use every single day. So that's where I would start, is especially the things that you come in contact with on a daily basis, such as your water or your clothing, your bedding, your laundry products, any sort of cologne or perfume that you might use. Definitely look into what is in these products and, like I said, move towards more natural and cleaner products if you can. All right, so those are the 4 detoxification principles that I cover in my new book, the 21-Day Raw Transformation Program. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you will check out my new book. If you want to get it right now, like I said, it is available in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, which is a compilation of so many of the raw vegan educators and chefs out there that have put together brand new material for you guys to get at a discounted price, $50 to get everybody's material, and that is a great deal because a lot of these programs and products are, if not that much, more than $50. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Otherwise, this book, the 21-Day Raw Transformation Program, will be available on my website on April 12th. All right, so if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments box down below. And until the next video, always follow your raw intuition.